Hey, welcome back to Mary's Cornwall Bakery. I'm Sailor, but you can call me Mary. Today we are going to make brandied pears. Great little recipe this time of year for pears, apples, cranberries,
And liquor.
everything, and liquor. The nights are getting colder. So we are going to need 6 peeled pears and cored with a little hollow. I'm going to stuff them, well, not stuff them, but I'm going to fill them with apples and baked apples and cranberries. You can kind of stuff them, fill them with whatever you want. Some people use walnuts and raisins. If you want to use boiled raisins and walnuts, you can completely destroy the recipe, but that is up to you. I am going to use apples and cranberries with a little dash of cinnamon.
Mary's Cornwall Baker has no bias at all.
2 boiled raisins. Anyways, I have 5 of them done. I'm just going to quickly peel one to show you how to do it. I usually use a knife. If you're not comfortable with that, you can use a vegetable peeler. The vegetable peeler kind of makes the skins a little thinner, so it's good. Kind of good. There we go. Beautiful. Um, so we have these all done. We're just going to let them sit there, and we are going to make the brandy sauce, which is basically just kind of a brown sugar sauce with some brandy in it. So 1 cup sugar, 2 cups of water, one-third of a cup of brandy. A little temptation there just to chop that back, but I will resist. 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. Now, when you're using cornstarch, make sure your water's cold, and then it won't go lumpy. So we're going to give that a little bit of a stir. I am going to add a little bit of vanilla as well. You can add it now or at the end. I'm just going to add it now, so don't forget. So it calls for a half a teaspoon of vanilla. Close enough. There we go.
Smells like home.
A little brandy and vanilla. It's just like Mom used to make. All right, there we go. So I'm just like kind of giving that a quick stir before I put it on the stove. So I'm going to go over and bring this to a boil. And after it boils, it won't be super thick. It's just 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, so it's not going to be super, super thick, which we don't really want because it has to kind of cover this whole thing. All right, let's take this over and bring it to a boil. On the trusty stove. I might want to fast forward for this part. Nice thing about this is you can walk away while it's boiling. It won't scorch that quickly.
This is what you guys get up to on making cinnamon rolls during the day?
Well, Christmas is coming. This is a variation of the sauce we use for plum pudding. So, yeah, it's exactly what we get up to. All right, this is cooking up nicely. When it starts to kind of have that sort of translucent look, the cornstarch is close to being cooked. After it starts to bubble, you want to let it cook for just maybe 30 seconds or so, just to make sure your cornstarch is cooked so you don't get that like chalky feel on your tongue. Also be aware that there is alcohol in this, so you don't want to bring it to too much of a temperature or it will catch on fire.
Had that happen a few times.
Yeah, well, the reason I know that is because it has happened. There we go. So it's nice and bubbly. You can see that it's clear. I just turned it off and it has that nice dark rich color. So that is perfect. I'm going to take it over, pour it over the pears. That's not too hot, so it smells delicious. All right, a little trick that I learned is add a little pinch of salt at the end. And a couple of tablespoons of butter. That will give it that little bit of salty, and the butter gives it almost a, I don't know, almost like a candy flavor with the butter in there. It just kind of adds something to it that's delish. So let that melt in. So while that butter's melting, I have cut up 2 cups of apples and I have some cranberries. I am going to put them in a little container. Just put a little smidgen of cinnamon, barely any, but just something. And then I'm going to wrap them and put them in the oven. And they take about 20 minutes to soften up, and this is going to be your filling. So I'm just going to go over here and put this in the oven while we are doing that. Okay, so this is all mixed in. So what I'm going to do is I am going to just put some sauce in here, and I'm going to flip these upside down. I'm going to save some sauce for the end. Oops, I don't really want to put my hands in that, but there you go. That's what happens when you get into the sauce. There you go. So I'm just going to flip these upside down.
Looks really good.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. So I'm just putting a thin layer of sauce, and then I'm going to bake it in the oven. And what I'm hoping is the sauce will caramelize a little bit more to the top side of the pears. So I'm going to put these in there for maybe 10-15 minutes. And then we wait. Okay, these pears have been in the oven for approximately 20 minutes. They are looking fabulous. Nice glaze on them. That sauce is bubbling. It's got a little bit thicker. And take these guys out too. Set them up there for now. All right, let's go see. Beautiful. Okay, so we are gonna just flip these over. Just gonna get a little fork here. Just gonna flip them over and put the filling in. I think they look great. So great. You can see like the fork just like gently slides into them, but they're not falling apart, so that means they're perfect. Just like they should be.
Forgot one.
Oh, I forgot one. No.
Haven't even eaten.
There we go.
Haven't even eaten any and you're already forgetting things.
Okay, I need another spoon here. Okay, so we have our mixture here. I'm just going to put some in the middle. Like this. So this is unsweetened, this apple cranberry mix, because we have like brown sugar, a brown sugar sauce. So what we're looking for is that little tang of sourness to offset the sauce. There's a little too much cranberry there. Let's some more apples. There we go. The rest of it you can just kind of throw in, and we'll mix it in with the sauce. And then you take your delightful sauce.
Threw it in like one spot.
Gently pour it over your mix and the pears. So this is kind of a nice dessert. You can do it all up ahead of time and just put a piece of tin foil over it and kind of reheat them in the oven while you're eating dinner on a low setting so they don't all dry out, and then it'll be served up warm. Also, pretty good cold. This one's not really holding its filling, but that's all right. So there you go. Now we are going to just serve one up. I'll take this one because it looks the best. I'll serve two. And again, if you have a little bit of this stuff here, you can just scoop some out around the plate. There you go. I have a little whipped cream in here that we're going to put some on the top.
Just do a little bit of whipped cream for me.
You can just take yours off if you don't want it. Just on the side there. Beautiful. And for the crowning touch, you can just put a little cookie in on the side. There you have it. Brandied pears. Let's give her a go. I'm just going to take this fork. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And just as an afterthought, I heard somewhere once that brandied pears were Princess Diana's favorite dessert, so there's that. Do you want to try it, or do you want me to try it first?
You go first. You made it.
Mm-hmm. Really good.
Good?
Mm-hmm. Just a slight crunch to the pears. The apples and the cranberries make it not so sweet. See what you think. I would actually like a little bit more sauce on this for myself. But there you have it. Nice, warm, and cozy. Not too sweet.
Has a little sour at the end.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, thanks for watching.
It's good.
Tune in next time. We're going to be starting our Christmas baking here sometime. We'll probably show you some tricks that we have. And yeah, have a good night.
All right, for anyone wondering, this is the recipe. If you want to try it for yourself.